Hello Tamers and welcome to the first semi-final round of the Blast Days Rumble, Palmon vs Brigadramon. Reroll, and Palmon's going first. Security setup. Digimon standby. Let's open the digital gates. Hatching, Tanemon evolves into Lalamon. And then, for 4 cost, Yoshino is played. Turnover, hatching, Misaimon evolves into Commandramon. Then, for 2 cost into High Commandra. Finally, for 4 cost, Pride Memory Boost. 1, 2, and 3. The only applicable target among them is Commandramon and Turnover. Yoshino bumps the memory up to 3. Draw. They choose to keep Lalamon still within the raising area. First, for 3 cost, another Lalamon is played on play search. 1, 2, and 3. They are going to grab Togemon. And then, for 2 cost, the Lalamon in the raising area will evolve into Togemon and Turnover. High Commandramon deploys. And it starts by going for security. On attack, the top 3 cards of the deck are revealed. 1, 2, and 3. But the only target from among them is Tamahime Satsuki, now played for free. The rest are returned to deck bottom. Check on 4K, but it's 3K on Sunflowermon, so High Command survives. Now the Commandramon with 3K DP will take a shot at security as well. Check, but it's the Tamer, Mimi, now played for free. With her on play search, 1, 2, and 3, they are going to grab Lilamon. Now with the delay effects of Pride Memory Boost, the DigiPolice will gain 2 memory, and for 3 cost, High Commandramon will be evolved into Cargodramon. On evolve, 1, 2, and 3, they are going to choose to play a BT4 Commandra off of that. Now, since Cargodramon is a DigiPolice Digimon, Satsuki will now Mind Link to it. And finally, for 4 cost, Code Red! The DigiPolice is going full throttle from the start, unleashing their new perfected ultimate weapon as Cargodramon evolves into the deadly Brigadramon. 1 draw. On evolve, from its tactical position, it snipes Lalamon. And at the end of the turn, 1, 2, and 3. Wait a minute. 3, 2, and 2. That makes a total of 7 cost. Although it might have been better if Satsuki was a Commandramon as well, since Brigadramon's end of turn effect can play any number of cards, not just Digimon cards. He can now deploy both 2 cost Commandramons and Satsuki to his field. And with that, the DigiPolice ends its turn. With Satsuki's Mind Link inheritable, Brigadramon reboots and transforms the entire D-Brigade into blockers. Draw. Togemon moves out. First, with Lalamon's inheritable, for 3-1, 2 cost, Togemon evolves up into Lilamon, suspending Yoshino to regain 1 memory. And with Lilamon's on evolve, a second Yoshino is played. And now with Togemon's inheritable, for 3-1, another 2 cost. Glowing with the power of sincerity, the pink lilac will now bloom into the crimson rose as Lilamon evolves into Rosemon, suspending Yoshino for memory. With Rosemon's on evolve, Commandramon is suspended, triggering Mimi during your turn when a Digimon becomes suspended by an effect. By suspending this Tamer, gain another memory, as well as Tanemon's inheritable for plus 2000 DP. And with that, Rosemon goes for security. With Lilamon's inheritable, she has security attack plus 1 on her 13k. But that means Brigadramon can choose to block, and even though he loses the battle with his 12k DP, he can use Commandramon's inheritable in order to pop the BT4 Commandramon to gain even more field presence. So Rosemon is going to use her on attack in order to prevent that from happening, triggering her second optional effect to unsuspend at the same time. In response, one of the Commandramons is commanded to block and is taken out by Rosemon's Rose Whip, triggering Cargodramon's inheritable. 1, 2, and 3. There's a target. High Commandramon, since it's treated as being Commandramon, can now be played at no cost. But now by returning 1 Yoshino to the hand, overflowing with the power of sincerity, Rosemon will temporarily exceed her limits, burst evolving into Rosemon Burst Mode. 1 draw. On evolve, High Commandramon and Satsuki are suspended. Burst Mode goes for security. On attack, since the DigiPolice currently has a total of 5 suspended Digimon and/or Tamers, their top 2 security will be trashed. A Commandramon and a Numemon. Now her attack connects on 2 checks for 17k. First, 4k on Sealsdra. Second, 7k on Cargodramon. Finally, for 3 cost, Lalamon is played. On play search, 1, 2, and 3. She grabs Yoshino and BT14 Rosemon. And with that, turn over. At the end of the turn, Satsuki chooses to disengage her Mind Link with Brigadramon, and Rosemon reverts to her original form. Draw, Hatching, Missaimon. At the start of the main phase, both Satsuki's trigger for +2 memory. Now Missaimon will evolve into Commandramon, and the last remaining unsuspended Commandramon on the DigiPolice's field will go for security. Check. It is 8k on Lilymones, so it is taken out as planned, allowing Cargodramon to trigger 1, 2, and 3, and play BT14 Commandra. And with its on-play search, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. First, they are going to grab Numemon, and they are going to return the remaining 4 cards to deck top in this order, with BT4 Commandramon on top. So now for 3 cost, High Commandramon can evolve into Tankdramon, drawing into BT4 Commandra. And on evolve, 1, 2, and 3, there it is, the play cost 5 Sealsdramon is played, trashing the rest. And now by returning 5 D-Brigade cards from the trash to deck top in this order, High Command at the bottom, 3 commands, followed by a Brigadra on top. Brigadramon will now receive support in the form of its predecessor, as Tankdramon evolves into EX3 Darkdramon, drawing into Brigadra. Now before anything else happens, the unsuspended Satsuki will Mind Link to Brigadra again. And finally, for 3 cost, BT4 Commandramon is played, triggering Darkdramon's effect to eliminate Lalamon, but it cannot unsuspend due to Burst Mode's on-evolve effect. And finally, with Brigadramon's end of turn, they know exactly the 3 cards that are coming. 1, 2, and 3. This time it's the perfect combination, 3 + 2 + 2 for 7. So all 3 Commandramons are now deployed and turn over. Active, Brigadramon unsuspends with reboot from Satsuki. Draw, Hatching, Tanimon evolves into Palmon. Now first, for 1 cost, Mimi will play the option card Poison Ivy, which gives 1 opposing Digimon all turns when this Digimon becomes suspended, lose 2 memory until the end of the opponent's turn. The target chosen is Brigadramon. Now Rosemon will go for security. On attack, she suspends Brigadramon to unsuspend, triggering Mimi to gain 1 memory, and with the effect of Poison Ivy, she gains another 2 memory. They are going to let it through. Final security check for the DigiPolice, and it is 12k DP on Darkdramon, but Rosemon blasts her way through with the DP gain from Tanimon's inheritance. Now for 4 cost, a Sunflowermon is played. And with her main effect, she suspends herself such that for 3 - 2, 1 cost, she can evolve into another copy of Lilamon, triggering Yoshino for memory, and on evolve, playing back the previous Yoshino. Now with Sunflowermon's inheritable, for 3 - 1, 2 cost, this pink lilac too will bloom into a crimson rose. But this time it will be the Rosemon from BT13. 1 draw. And on evolve, she suspends a BT4 Commandramon to unsuspend, triggering her all turns effect to suspend the other BT4 Commandra, while the newly played Yoshino is triggered to gain 1 memory. And by returning her to the hand, the upper Rosemon will burst evolve back into Rosemon Burst Mode. On evolve, Sealsdramon is suspended as she goes for the final blow. The DigiPolice no longer has any security for her to trash, and they have no choice but to block with a Commandramon, which is taken out. But that triggers Cargodramon's inheritable for 1, 2, and 3. The rigged High Commandramon is now played. Now Mimi and Rosemon are out of moves. They only have 2 security left against 4 incoming attackers from the DigiPolice the next turn. They could drop Togemon to set up for an ace play to counter the DigiPolice next turn, but that will give the DigiPolice more than enough memory to delete the Togemon using Darkdramon's inheritance. So they kind of have no choice. For 4 cost, they will play the Fairy Princess Lilymones directly to the field. On play, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. They suspend High Commandra. For the second part of the effects, there's a bit of a translation error in this proxy. It should be Then, you may return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon with 5000 DP or less to the bottom of its owner's deck. They are going to choose to return Sealsdramon in order to reduce the chances of any rush shenanigans happening. With that, turn over, Rosemon reverts back to her original form and Satsuki disengages her Mind Link and returns to the backline. Draw, Commandramon moves out. Of course, at the start of the main phase, both Satsuki's trigger for +2 memory up to 6, and the DigiPolice still has 3 unsuspended attackers, enough to win. The bottom Commandramon attacks. With Miss Simon's inheritable, 3 Commandramons are returned from the trash to deck top to give the attacking Commandramon +2k DP until the end of the turn, such that with Tankdramon's inheritable 1 and 2, they rigged that BT4 Commandramon, now played for free, but since there's no Sealsdramon inheritable on the field, it cannot gain Rush. However, at this moment, BT13 Rosemon's all turns triggers. When an opponent's Digimon or Tamer becomes suspended, suspend another of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers. The attack connects on 3k, check, 2k on Palmon, so Commandramon survives, and now the last remaining Commandramon that can attack will take its shot at security. Final security check for Mimi and Palmon, and it is 11k on Rosemon, so it is taken out, which in turn triggers Cargodramon's inheritable 1, 2, and 3. Again, they rigged that, so they get another free Commandramon, but again, there is no way for it to gain Rush. Now Satsuki is going to command this Commandramon over here to move to the back lines, and for 3 cost, Yumemon is play. On play, you guys know the drill. It mind links to a Satsuki from the hand in order to give it Rush as it attacks. Mimi and Palmon have no blockers on the field and no security remaining. It's a direct attack and the match is over. The winners are Satsuki, Yumemon, and Brigadramon of the DigiPolice.